Chapter 1: The Awakening of the Martial Spirit. You are listening at novelfull.audio. In the ancient continent, martial arts were an essential factor for every warrior to practice. Martial spirits are divided into levels, from low to high: Huang, Xian, Earth, Heaven, Emperor, and God. Brother Lin Bai, your soul power is getting stronger and stronger. With your current talent, the martial arts awakened today will at least be Earth-level martial arts. On the path of the Lin family, a lovely girl hugged the proud young man next to her and smiled. This girl's name is Lin Zier. She is the daughter of the eldest elder of the Lin family. She has been gifted since she was a child and is known as the #1 genius girl in Lingxi City. The man next to her is one of her childhood playmates, Lin Bai. Lin Bai is the only son of the previous head of the family, Lin Duo. He has also shown amazing talent in martial arts since he was a child. He and Lin Zier are known as the golden boys and girls of Lingxi City. Over the years, I have eaten so many soul-nurturing pills left by my father, and my soul power has improved greatly. I also feel that my martial soul is already above the earth level. Lin Bai said with a slight smile, his eyes firm. Shining with strange light, it can be seen from Lin Bai's eyes that Lin Bai is very optimistic about today's martial arts awakening. Once I awaken the martial spirit above the earth level, I will have enough strength to go find my father. When my father left without saying goodbye, I suspect it has something to do with my mother. Lin Bai said slowly. Lin Zier smiled obediently. Brother Lin Bai, no matter what reason Uncle Lin Duo left without saying goodbye, I believe that with Brother Lin Bai's talent, he will definitely be able to find him, and he will definitely find your mother. Well, let's go, Zier, it's getting late, we should go to the martial arts field. Lin Zier smiled cutely, looked affectionate, held Lin Bai's hand, and walked into the martial arts field. Walking into the Lin family martial arts arena, there was a huge crowd of disciples waiting for their awakening. Martial spirit awakens, start now. Lin Hai, come up and wake up. There is a high platform in the martial arts arena, and a huge black stone is placed on it. This is the martial spirit stone. Hearing the shout, a strong young man walked up to the spirit stone with an excited face, pressed his hands on the spirit stone for a moment, and then a burst of red light lit up on the black spirit stone. Lin Hai, Huang Ji 5th grade martial spirit, Thunder Cheetah. That when the disciple named Lin Hai heard that he was a 5th level Huang level martial soul, he immediately burst into tears with excitement. Ha ha ha, I am a 5th level Huang level martial soul, a 5th level Huang level soul. Ha, I am going to become a warrior. I am going to become a peerless master. The 5th grade Huang level martial spirit is already quite high among the disciples of the Lin family. Lin Hai walked off the platform in the envious eyes of the warriors. Go down, next, Lin Zier. The elder shouted. Lin Zier smiled at Lin Bai. Brother Lin Bai, I'm going. Lin Bai smiled and said, go ahead, come on. Aha. Lin Zier nodded obediently and walked up to the high platform. Not long after Lin Zier pressed her hands on the spirit stone, a burst of red light shot into the sky, allowing all warriors within a radius of thousands of miles to see this red light. The red light shoots into the sky. It's heaven level. Heaven level martial spirit. My God, Lin Duo was only at the earth level back then, but Lin Zier is actually at the heaven level. The elder standing next to the martial spirit stone was so frightened by the red light that he came back to his senses after a long time and exclaimed, Lin Zier, Lin Zier, Lin Zier, 5th grade of heaven level. Lin Zier, a heaven level 5th grade martial spirit, a prehistoric goddess. 5th level heaven level. The primordial goddess said, what kind of martial spirit is this? Lin Bai heard the exclamations around him and said calmly, the primordial goddess is a being who is qualified to become a god-level martial spirit. Once the martial spirit awakens, it will be given a unique cultivation technique. This should be regarded as a heaven-level spirit. One of the top 100 martial arts spirits. Sister Zier really didn't disappoint me. Lin Bai smiled and said, Sister Zier's soul power is not as good as mine. Since she has awakened a heaven-level martial soul, then my soul power is stronger than hers. Then my martial soul, isn't it? Thinking of this, Lin Bai was so excited that his mouth went dry. Lin Zier's face flushed with excitement. Under the envy of thousands of warriors, she happily ran to Lin Bai's side and shouted happily, "Brother Lin Bai, have you seen it?" "Well, congratulations, Zier." Lin Bai said sincerely. Lin Zier smiled and said, "Zier's soul power is too weak and not as good as Brother Lin Bai. Since Zier can awaken a heaven-level martial spirit, then Brother Lin Bai is at least an emperor-level martial spirit. Zier is here first. Congratulations to Brother Lin Bai." "Ha ha ha. I haven't awakened yet. It's too early to say congratulations now." Lin Bai shook his head and smiled, with a rattle in his heart. "Lin Bai, come up and awaken your martial soul," that the elder shouted loudly, and Lin Bai walked up to the high platform. "It's Lin Bai, the #1 genius of our Lin family. His father is Lin Duo, who was a 9th grade Earth-level martial spirit back then, and Lin Bai is his son. He has taken so many soul power pills since he was a child. I believe Lin Bai's martial spirit will be even more amazing. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Lin Bai's martial arts must be at least heaven level." Lin Bai walked up to the high platform and placed his hands on the Wuhuan stone, and then a burst of red light lit up on the Wuhuan stone. The elder next to him couldn't believe his eyes when he saw this light. After a moment of surprise, the elder laughed mockingly and said, "Lin Bai, a yellow-level first-class martial spirit. A useless martial spirit. What? Yellow level 1. Ha ha ha, I'm laughing so hard. This Lin Bai is actually a first-grade Huang level. The Lin family has been in Lingxi City for 300 years, and there is no such useless martial spirit. Ha ha ha, if you don't roll off the trash, you'll be embarrassed. I'm still a 5th level Huang level, and you are only a 1st level Huang level." Lin Hai, who had awakened his martial spirit before, pointed at Lin Bai and laughed. "Whatever genius is, it's all bullshit." Lin Bai stood on the high platform. After a brief moment of surprise, he walked back to Lin Zier with a wry smile. "Is this the human heart? Let's go, Zier." Lin Bai awakened a Huang-level martial spirit and became the laughing stock of the martial arts arena. He had no intention of staying here anymore. He reached out and took Lin Zier's hand, snapped. Lin Zier's heavy slap turned Lin Bai's stretched-out hand into purple. Lin Zier said, "Huh, who are you? How dare you come to hold my hand? Lin Bai, you must pay attention to your identity in the future. How dare a yellow level and first-grade waste come near me?" Lin Zier sneered and said, "I'm warning you, if you dare to come within 3 steps of me in the future, I will kill you. I will definitely behead you. Zier, even you are like this." Lin Bai looked at Lin Zier in disbelief. The sweet and well-behaved Lin Zier who was leaning against her back then has now changed into a different face. Lin Bai's face flushed with anger, and he gritted his teeth and said, Okay, I, Lin Bai, have been mistaking the wrong person for more than 10 years. It's not that you misjudged the person, it was me who misjudged him. I originally thought that with your father Lin Duo's talent for awakening the 9th grade of the Earth level, his son would be above the 9th grade of the Earth level no matter how bad he was. But who would have thought that you are actually a waste who has awakened to the 1st level of Huang level? I'm blind, and I still want to rely on you to pave a path for martial arts for me in the future. It's better now. I wasted more than 10 years of my time. Lin Zier looked at Lin Bai with disgust and said, Lin Bai was startled. You came close to me so that I could pave a path for you in the martial arts. Literary Hall www.wxguan.xyz. But what about the oath of eternal love that we promised each other before? What about the everlasting alliance? Lin Zier laughed and said, Ha ha ha, if your martial spirit is higher than mine, I might really marry you, but look at you now, a yellow level and first-class waste. We are destined to be in 2 worlds people. Don't think about toads wanting to eat swan meat. Am I a toad? Ha ha ha, okay, Lin Zier, I will make you regret it, just wait and see. After Lin Bai finished speaking, he walked out of the martial arts arena angrily. Along the way, countless Lin family warriors pointed at Lin Bai and laughed. Ha ha ha, the Lin family's first genius is just a yellow-level first-class waste. Trash, what are you looking at me for? I'm a third-grade Huan-level person, and I'm better than you. If you look around again, I'll dig out your eyes. A waste is a waste, and you are still angry. You are a waste, do you have the right to be angry? That the ridicule along the way made Lin Bai humiliated. He clenched his fists and said firmly, I will make you all regret it. Chapter 2 My martial spirit is a back figure. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Returned home, Lin Bai immediately sat cross-legged on the futon and said, how could my martial spirit be like this? That their martial spirits are either ferocious monsters, or even more powerful, divine beasts. For example, Lin Hai's awakened martial spirit is the thunder leopard, and Lin Zier's martial spirit is the primordial goddess Tao, but Lin Bai's martial spirit was completely different from others. His martial spirit is a person. To be precise, it's a person's back. Calmly, Lin Bai looked inside and saw his martial spirit. This was a figure with his back to the common people. His long black hair flowed freely behind his back. His clothes were fluttering. His head looked sideways at the sky. He held a peerless fierce sword in his hand. Even though his face could not be seen, Lin Bai could not see it. I can still imagine those peerless eyes that stand alone against the heavens. With this look, it was as if he was at war with the heavens. Who is this figure? Lin Bai asked in confusion. Buzz. When Lin Bai looked at this figure from behind, his mind buzzed and the pain was unbearable. Immediately, an obscure and difficult to pronounce formula appeared in Lin Bai's mind. Tianjing, Chapter 1, The Prison Suppression Technique of Gods and Demons. The prison suppression technique of gods and demons takes the spiritual objects of heaven and earth, the blood of monsters and beasts, the thunder and fire of heaven and earth, and tempers one's body. This chapter is divided into 9 levels to lay a solid foundation for future martial arts. After completing the training before the Shendan realm, the martial soul can be upgraded to the Xian level, and at the same time, the second chapter of the Tianjing can be obtained. Lin Bai's eyes widened in surprise at the opening quotation of the art of suppressing prison by gods and demons. After a while, Lin Bai laughed loudly. Ha ha ha, with such a powerful magic formula, even if I am a Huan-level first-grade martial spirit, what does it matter? I'm still in control. Those who laughed at me in the martial arts arena today, just wait, I will surprise you. Lin Bai obtained the divine secret, so naturally he would not stay any longer, so he calmly began to practice the god and demon prison suppressing secret, silently amidst the mystery of the prison suppression technique of gods and demons. 3 days passed unknowingly. In just 3 days, I have broken through to the 3rd level of martial arts. The divine demon prison suppression technique also washed the meridian pulses in my body, allowing me to perceive the spiritual power of the world more freely. What a magical secret! Such a powerful divine art is definitely only the first chapter of the Tianjing. What about the subsequent chapters of the Tianjing? Will it be even more powerful? Lin Bai said excitedly. After thinking about it carefully, Lin Bai asked to himself again, this divine secret was given to me by my martial spirit. My martial spirit is the back of a person. Who is this person? Lin Bai said extremely puzzled. After thinking for a while, Lin Bai shook his head and said, no matter, this magic trick won't harm me anyway. Now that the elixir has been eaten up, since I have awakened my martial spirit, according to the order left by my father, I should go. I'll take the elixirs and cultivation resources my father left for me. Before Lin Bai's father, Lin Duo, left Lingxi City, he handed over a very generous amount of cultivation resources to the Lin family for safekeeping. He also ordered the Lin family to hand over this training resource to Lin Bai after he awakens his martial spirit at the age of 16. This amount of training resources is enough for Lin Bai to practice from the martial arts realm to the Tianwu realm. The realms of martial arts are divided strictly, from low to high: 9th level of martial arts, true martial realm, Xuanwu realm, earth martial realm, heavenly martial realm, and divine elixir realm. It was mentioned in the opening quotation of Prison Suppressing Techniques of Gods and Demons that if you complete the practice before the Divine Elixir realm, you can obtain the second cultivation method of Tian Jing. This means that if you have surpassed the realm of Divine Elixir and have not yet practiced the God and Demon Prison Suppression technique to the 9th level, you will not be able to obtain the second chapter of the cultivation technique. After freshening up, Lin Bai got up and walked to the Elder's Pavilion to ask for the training resources Lin Duo left for Lin Bai. In front of the Elder's Pavilion, after being informed by his disciples, Lin Bai walked into the Elder's Pavilion. In the Elder's Pavilion, the elders sat down at the table and looked at Lin Bai with a smile on their faces. Lin Bai, I heard that your achievements in awakening martial arts are very unsatisfactory. You can't even compare with my son Lin Xian, ha ha ha. But don't be discouraged. The journey of martial arts is rewarded by God. Lin Tianheng, the elder of the Lin family, said to Lin Bai with a smile, Lin Tianheng's son, Lin Xian, awakened to the 6th level of Huang level, which really made him famous in the Elder Pavilion and Lingxi City. That's right, Lin Bai, don't be discouraged. Although my daughter has awakened to the 9th level of Huang level, and is 7 or 8 levels higher than you, God rewards hard work. As long as you work hard, I believe you can do it. Another elder Lin Tianhai also said with a smile. Lin Tianhai's daughter, named Lin Shanshan, awakened a martial spirit together with Lin Bai. Lin Bai looked at these elders with a sneer. These people were all of the same generation as Lin Bai's father. Lin Duo's martial arts was so high back then. Under Lin Duo's light, they were completely dimmed. It's a pity that Lin Duo is missing now, and Lin Bai is a waste. They can finally find some sense of existence in Lin Bai. The most regrettable thing is that they may not know that Lin Bai's martial spirit is far more powerful than those of them at the Xian level and the Earth level. After a sneer, Lin Bai said with a smile, "Thank you elders for your concern." Lin Bai has not given up on martial arts because of his first-grade Huang level martial arts talent. He came to the Elder Pavilion today just to get back what my father left in the Elder Pavilion. What is it? An elder asked, pretending to be stupid. Lin Bai said, of course it is the cultivation resources that my father asked you to save for me, which are enough for me to cultivate to the Tianwu realm. Hearing that Lin Bai was going to take away the cultivation resources left by Lin Duo, all these elders hesitated to speak and looked ugly. They all know that the martial arts resources left by Lin Duo are enough for a disciple to cultivate to the Tianwu realm. Lin Bai asked doubtfully, what? Do you elders have any opinions? Lin Taiheng, the high-ranking elder of the Lin family, coughed lightly and said seriously, our Elder Pavilion has decided to distribute these cultivation resources to Lin Zier. What? Hearing this, Lin Bai was struck by lightning. If Lin Bai wants to practice quickly, this training resource is particularly important. Lin Bai said angrily, these are the cultivation resources my father left to me. They are just for you to keep temporarily. What qualifications do you have to distribute them to others privately? Aren't you afraid that my father will be furious when he comes back? Lin Bai roared. Lin Bai, this is the Elder's Pavilion, not a place for you to be arrogant. What are you yelling about? Who do you think you are? You dare to roar in the Elder Pavilion? Let me tell you, if we hadn't thought of Lin Duo's contribution to the family, we would have expelled you from the Lin family just by your words. Lin Duo. It's hard to say whether he's dead or not. Hey, Lin Bai, you have a yellow-level first-grade martial spirit. Even if you work hard to cultivate, it won't help. You might as well distribute these cultivation resources to Lin Zier. She will make great achievements for you in the future. Lin Taiheng sighed lightly. Lin Bai was furious when he heard the cynicism from the elders in the pavilion. A group of old men want to embezzle the cultivation resources my father left for me. What a dream. To Lin Zier. What can that loser, a treacherous and poisonous woman do? When Lin Taiheng heard Lin Bai scolding Lin Zier, he immediately roared, Lin Bai, who are you calling a waste? Lin Tianhai also said angrily, Lin Bai, you have to pay for what you did today. Am I wrong? Lin Zier is a treacherous and poisonous woman. She has a bad future. Lin Bai sneered. Whether I have a future or not, I don't need you. a yellow-level first-grade waist, to evaluate me. At this time, a woman walked in outside the door of the Elder's Pavilion. It was Lin Zier. Lin Zier was dressed in purple, noble and elegant, with a proud face and a condescending look at Lin Bai. This look made Lin Bai feel even more humiliated. Lin Bai swore that he would remember this contemptuous look for the rest of his life. Lin Zier said coldly, "Dad, elders, why bother talking to a loser and just beat him out with a stick?" Lin Zier, don't be too crazy. There is still a long way to go, and we don't know who will become the king. Lin Bai said coldly. Lin Zier sneered and said, "Really? Do you really think that a Huang-level martial spirit can stand shoulder to shoulder with me? Not to mention me, even Lin Xian and Lin Hai, you will never be able to catch up in your lifetime. If you insist on saying that, then fine, I'll give you a chance. In 2 months' time, the 4 major sects of the Shenwu Kingdom will come to Lingxi City to recruit disciples. When the time comes, I will join Shanghai Yuntai Palace, the strongest among the 4 major sects, with the first place in Lingxi City. This will be your last chance to catch up with me. Do you dare to fight me at the disciple recruitment meeting in 2 months' time? Why don't you dare?" Lin Bai responded directly, "In 2 months, I will definitely defeat you." Lin Zier sneered, "I'll wait." Lin Bai took a deep look at Elder Li and Lin Zier in the Elder's Pavilion, waved his sleeves, and walked out of the Elder's Pavilion angrily. "A bunch of old dogs," and Lin Zier, "You wait, 2 months later, I will let you know who is the genius. Grab the cultivation resources my father left for me, and I will let you know that once you touch some things, you will have to pay the price with your life." In the Elder's Pavilion, Great Elder Lin Taiheng asked, "Zier, you are too reckless. Are you sure about it after 2 months? Lin Zier chuckled and said, Dad, you underestimate your daughter too much. She is an Earth-level martial spirit. Let alone Lin Bai, there is no opponent for her within 100,000 miles of Lingxi City. Dad, please give me the training resources left by Lin Duo first. Within 2 months, I must practice to the 9th level of martial arts and show off my talents in the Disciple Recruitment Conference. As long as I can enter Shanghai Yuntai Palace, that's when I, Lin Zier, will soar into the sky. At that time, even if Lin Duo comes back, I won't be afraid of him." Lin Zier said confidently, "At Shanghai Yuntai Palace, one of the 4 peerless sects in the Shenwu Kingdom, is the holy land of martial arts that countless warriors in the Shenwu Kingdom dream of." Chapter 3 Mysterious Map. You are listening at novelfull.audio. After coming out of the Elder's Pavilion, Lin Bai knew that as long as the elders of the Lin family did not relent, they would never get back the training resources that Lin Duo had left for Lin Bai. After all, Lin Bai's martial arts cultivation was not enough to compete with the Lin family's Elder Pavilion. "A bunch of bastards, when my father was here, they didn't even dare to let out a fart, but now they dare to occupy the cultivation resources that my father left for me." Lin Bai returned home and said angrily, "Lin Bai." At this time, an old voice came from outside the door. Lin Bai looked back and saw an old man with a stooped body and a face full of vicissitudes of life, walking into Yunzhong with a smile. Lin Bai looked up and said, "Uncle Third, why are you here?" The old man who walked in was Lin Bai's third uncle, Lin Yu. He had been very close to Lin Bai's father since he was a child, but many years ago, when the third uncle followed Lin Duo out, his dantian was suddenly destroyed. Since then, he has stayed in the Lin family and has never gone out. Lin Yu walked in and smiled. "I heard that your awakened martial spirit was not good, so I came over to take a look, fearing that you would do something stupid." "Thank you, third uncle. You are in poor health and you still bother to come and see me." Lin Bai shook his head and smiled bitterly. Lin Yu smiled and said, Your father and I are still brothers in life and death after all. He is not in the Lin family now. I don't care about you, who cares about you? Lin Bai, although your martial spirit is not very good, don't be discouraged. Brother Lin Duo left you a training resource. You have to take it out first to speed up your training. I believe that with your talent, even a first-grade Huan-level martial spirit can accomplish something great. Lin Yu encouraged Lin Bai. When Lin Bai heard about the cultivation resources, he immediately became angry and said, I am angry because of this matter. I just went to the Elder Pavilion to get back the cultivation resources left by my father, but the Elder Pavilion and Lin Zi, those bastards, saw that my martial spirit was low and they were unwilling to give it to me. Lin Yu said in surprise, they dare to embezzle Brother Lin Duo's things. Aren't they afraid that Brother Lin Duo will come back and get angry? Lin Bai said coldly, they now see that Lin Zier is more talented than my father, so they all fawn over her. Ah, that's it. Lin Yu said with a somewhat anxious look on his face, what they did is really too much. Then Lin Bai, what are your plans? Lin Bai said, they think that my martial spirit is low and I haven't received any training resources, so I'm willing to be immortal. Just wait and see. I've decided to go to the Qingling Mountains to hunt monsters in exchange for training resources. Lin Bai, you are going to the Qingling Mountains. It is a paradise for monsters. You must be careful. Lin Yu reminded him with concern. Lin Bai said, although the Qingling Mountains are dangerous, they are my best place for training. It is recorded in the prison suppressing technique of gods and demons that the divine blood of monsters and beasts can be used to practice the technique, so the Qingling Mountains is the best choice for Lin Bai to practice. Lin Yu rolled his cloudy eyes, took out a sheepskin map from his arms, handed it to Lin Bai and said, Lin Bai, take this. It will be useful in the Qingling Mountains. What is this? Lin Bai took it and asked curiously. Lin Yu said with a smile, when I was not deposed, I once went to the Qingling Mountains, and I discovered a tree pregnant with spiritual fruit, but it was a pity that it was not mature yet. So I drew the route and waited until it was ripe before I picked it. Then I would have thought that before I could wait for the pregnant spirit fruit to mature, I would have been crippled first. Lin Yu said with a wry smile. Pregnancy spirit fruit. Lin Bai's eyes widened with surprise when he heard the name. The pregnant spirit fruit is an elixir used to refine second-grade elixirs. It takes 30 years to bloom, 30 years to bear fruit, and 30 years to mature. It can be said to be the best elixir. Of course, this pregnancy spirit fruit was extremely needed for Lin Bai now. Lin Bai said, third uncle, this thing is too valuable. Lin Yu laughed heartily, take it. Third uncle has no children and is now a useless man. This map is of no use if I keep it here. Take it and practice hard. Don't embarrass your father. Thank you, third uncle. Lin Bai said with sincere gratitude. Third uncle, you have never told me, who on earth destroyed you? When Lin Yu heard this, his eyes fell into a trance, and he said with a smile, little brat, why are you asking these questions? What you have to do now is to practice hard. Go ahead. Okay, I'll go to the weapons pavilion and martial arts pavilion to pick up a weapon and choose a martial arts, and then I'll go to the Qingling Mountains. Lin Bai said firmly, in 2 months, I will make everyone who looks down on me, regret everything. After Lin Bai sent his third uncle home, he turned around and went straight to the weapons pavilion. Come to the weapons pavilion. Lin Bai, it's not that I won't give you weapons, it's just that I can't compete with Lin Taiheng. He and Lin Zier have sent people to pass their anger, so I don't dare to give you weapons. The elder of the weapons pavilion sighed helplessly. The elders of the weapons pavilion could also see that Elder Lin Taiheng and Lin Zier were going to drive Lin Bai into the abyss of eternal destruction this time. Lin Bai, don't blame us. Elder Lin Taiheng and Lin Zier just sent people to talk to each other. We really don't dare to let you go in to choose martial arts. The elders of the martial arts pavilion and the elders of the weapons pavilion came together. The same words hit Lin Bai hard. Lin Taiheng. Lin Zier. Do you think you can defeat me like this? You are too young. What if I don't have weapons? What if I don't have martial arts? I still have a pair of fists. Lin Bai walked out of the Lin family's door with a sneer. Lin Bai also knew that Lin Zier and Lin Taiheng wanted to completely kill Lin Bai in his infancy. Oh, isn't this the famous genius young master of our Lin family, Lin Bai? Why did he just walk out of the martial arts pavilion and the weapon pavilion with such a disgraced look, that just when Lin Bai was about to leave the Lin family, a handsome young man stood in front of Lin Bai. The visitor is a disciple of the Lin family, named Lin Xianqing. He awakened his martial spirit with Lin Bai 3 days ago. He is a 7th grade yellow level martial spirit, and can be regarded as second only to Lin Xian and Lin Zier among the Lin family. Of genius, Lin Xianqing held the sword in his hand and said with a provocative smile, "Did you see it? This is the 1st grade spiritual weapon I just got from the weapons pavilion. It's called the Spirit Slaying Sword. I also got a yellow level 9th grade martial arts book from the martial arts pavilion. Called the Crying Blood Sword Technique. I'm not envious." Lin Xianqing met Lin Bai in the weapons pavilion and followed Lin Bai all the way. The purpose was to show off in front of Lin Bai while he was eating dirt. Back when Lin Bai was still the number 1 genius of the Lin family, Lin Xianqing was extremely envious and jealous. Finally, this genius fell. Lin Xianqing naturally wanted to find a sense of existence. Spiritual weapons are divided into levels, always 9 levels. On top of the spiritual weapon, it is said that there is a magic weapon that can destroy the world, but Lin Bai has never seen it. Martial arts are divided into several levels such as Huang, Xian, Earth, Heaven, and Emperor, and each level is divided into 9 levels. Get out of here, good dogs don't block the way. Lin Bai roared with a look of disdain on his face. Lin Xianqing frowned, and then got angry. "Huh? You, a loser, dare to talk to me like this? It seems that I have to teach you a lesson. Look at the sword." After Lin Xianqing said this, he stabbed Lin Bai with his sword. After Lin Xianqing awakened his martial soul, he had not practiced yet and was only at the 1st level of martial arts, and Lin Bai was now at the 3rd level of martial arts. Seeing the menacing sword coming, Lin Bai grinned. "Since you sent the weapon, I will accept it." Lin Bai stepped forward, with huge power condensing on his wrist. He took hold of Lin Xuanqing's soul-slaying sword and yanked hard, grabbing the spiritual weapon into his hand. Seeing that the spiritual weapon was taken away, Lin Xuanqing's face was full of anger. "Lin Bai, I'm warning you, return the spiritual weapon to me quickly, otherwise, I will make you walk around without food. Don't forget, the eldest brother is Lin Xian." "Lin Xian? You are actually Lin Xian's younger brother. It just so happens that I can get some interest back from you first." Lin Bai was furious when he heard that Lin Xianqing was Lin Xian's disciple. "Drink." A palm hit Lin Xuanqing's face, knocking him to the ground. Buzz. At this moment, an obscure and difficult to pronounce formula appeared in Lin Bai's mind. Martial Soul Talent. Search for souls. Use this technique and press the warrior's head to explore all the memories in his mind. Attention, those whose souls are searched will have strong sequelae. In severe cases, they will die on the spot, while in mild cases, they will become dementia. Lin Bai was shocked. "Have you awakened your martial arts talent so quickly?" Generally speaking, if there is no enlightenment from an expert to awaken one's martial arts talent, or there is an unfavorable opportunity, it will be more difficult than reaching the sky. Similarly, the higher the level of the martial soul, the faster the talent will be awakened and the greater the power of the talent will be. Lin Xianqing was beaten by Lin Bai until his mouth and nose were bleeding, and he yelled angrily, "Lin Bai, you loser dare to hit me, just wait, I will tell my elder brother now that when he comes, I will pluck him out alive." "Off your skin. You want to pluck out my skin?" Lin Bai said fiercely. Lin Xianqing said angrily, "Yes, I will pull your skin out. Even if you kneel down and beg me now, I will not change my mind. Just wait and die. You don't seem to understand that your life is in my hands now, and you still dare to scream. Okay, didn't you say that you got a yellow level 9th grade martial arts book? I just accepted it." Lin Bai grinned. "Just in time, let's test my martial arts talent." Lin Bai walked forward, stood in front of Lin Xianqing, and slapped his head with his right hand. "What are you going to do?" Lin Xuanqing's pupils dilated in fear. "Search for souls." Wow, Lin Bai ran the magic formula and searched for souls. In an instant, all the memories in Lin Xuanqing's mind flashed through Lin Bai's eyes at the speed of light like a movie. In just a quarter of an hour, Lin Bai actually saw all the memories of Lin Xuanqing's life clearly. Among them is the martial arts that he obtained at the 9th level of yellow level. Blood-weeping swordsmanship. After the soul search was completed, Lin Xianqing fell to the ground foaming at the mouth. twitching all over and losing all breath. You deserve your death. If you hadn't been so stubborn and wanted to kill me, how could I have killed you? Lin Bai said calmly. I have all the weapons and martial arts. Now it's time to go to the Qingling Mountains. Lin Taihan, Lin Zier, wait for me, once I come back, I will definitely overturn this world. Lin Bai held the spirit-slaying sword and left Lingxi City overnight, heading straight for the Qingling Mountains thousands of miles away. Lin Bai went to the Qingling Mountains mainly to kill monsters and search for thunder and fire. Chapter 4 Qingling Mountains. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Is this the Qingling Mountains? Okay, the journey begins. Holding the spirit-slaying sword tightly, Lin Bai walked straight into the Qingling Mountains, and according to the map Qingtian gave Lin Bai, he headed straight for the pregnant spirit fruit, Roar. Just after walking a few steps, Lin Bai heard some movement in the jungle ahead. Lin Bai hurriedly put away the map and looked forward. From the weeds in front of him, a nimble black cheetah pounced out like a hungry tiger pouncing on a wolf. Black-scaled leopard. Seeing the leopard leaping out, Lin Bai was startled at first, and then a cruel smile appeared on his lips. Since you came here to die, then I will help you. The black-scaled leopard has black scales covering its entire body, making it difficult for ordinary weapons to pierce. It is a monster beast with a third level of martial arts, just as good as Lin Bai. Lin Bai dodged the black-scaled leopard's swift blow, and quickly drew out the spirit-slaying sword. A sword light flew up and hit the black-scaled leopard's abdomen, leaving a bloody mark. A first-grade spiritual weapon is the lowest level weapon, but its power is pretty good. Lin Bai was overjoyed when he succeeded with the sword. Let's try the Weeping Blood Sword technique. There are 5 styles of Weeping Blood Sword technique in total. The first move is to draw blood with one sword. The second form, blood flows into a river. The third style is bloody. The fourth style is a cold-blooded sword. The fifth form, kill one person in 10 steps. Lin Bai spent a day when he came to Qingling Mountains. During this day, Lin Bai was studying the Weeping Blood Sword technique assiduously. After arriving at the Qingling Mountains, Lin Bai successfully practiced the first move with one sword strike. Roar! The black-scaled leopard was injured by Lin Bai's sword. He was so angry that he roared and flew forward again. The ferocious claws struck at Lin Bai's chest as if they were about to tear the sky apart. You evil beast, you still dare to scream. One sword spurts blood. Call out. A sword as fast as lightning passed through a blood-red crescent moon sword light in mid-air. With a pop, the sword struck down, and the black-scaled leopard's head flew away on the spot. The black-scaled leopard fell to the ground with its head missing. After killing the black-scaled leopard, Lin Bai felt a little happy and then remembered the prison-suppressing technique of gods and demons. God and demon prison-suppressing technique, practice it for me. Lin Bai pressed his palm against the body of the black-scaled leopard. He saw that the blood in the black-scaled leopard quickly evaporated and turned into a trace of blood-red smoke, which merged into Lin Bai's body. The god and demon prison suppression technique refined the black-scaled leopard's energy and blood, removing impurities, leaving only the purest energy and blood for Lin Bai to absorb. The god and demon prison suppression technique is indeed powerful. After absorbing the energy and blood of the black-scaled leopard, the energy I just consumed has been replenished, and I can also feel the improvement in my cultivation realm. This is a third-level martial arts monster, which makes Lin Bai feel the improvement of his cultivation. There are so many monsters in the Qingling Mountains that are more powerful than the black-scaled leopard. If he kills them all, Lin Bai can't imagine himself. What kind of terrible state will it reach? Before Lin Bai left, he hid the body of the black-scaled leopard. Although there is no demon blood, the flesh and bones of the black-scaled leopard are still excellent materials for refining first-grade spiritual weapons. If sold in Lingxi City, they are worth 100 taels of silver. Lin Bai planned to find out the bodies of all the monster beasts he had killed when he was about to leave the Qingling Mountains and return to Lingxi City for supplies, and take them back to Lingxi City to sell them together. After half a month, I finally found it. Half a month later, Lin Bai looked at the mountain in front of him in a panic. This is the location of the pregnancy spirit fruit marked on the map. In more than half a month, Lin Bai traveled through almost half of the Qingling Mountains and killed more than 100 monsters, which raised Lin Bai's martial arts cultivation to the 4th level of martial arts. I hope the pregnancy spirit fruit is ripe. Lin Bai ran into the mountain with a face of joy. From the foot of the mountain to the top of the mountain, Lin Bai searched every inch of the land to find the location of the pregnant spirit fruit tree. Finally, on the top of the mountain, on a cliff, Lin Bai saw a green crooked neck tree. On this big tree, 3 red fruits hang on the branches. Pregnancy spirit fruit. But when he came to the cliff, Lin Bai looked at the 3 fruits with excitement. If the cultivation resources left by my father hadn't been occupied, I could have as many pregnancy spirit fruits of this level as I wanted. Lin Bai said resentfully in his heart, and his hatred for Lin Zier and Lin Taiheng grew even more. Climbing up the crooked neck tree, Lin Bai approached the 3 pregnancy spirit fruits. At this time, a startling bird call came from the sky. Lin Bai looked back in surprise. From the tip of the sky, a huge eagle swooped down. Its beak and claws were separated, and it headed straight for Lin Bai. The bald eagle of the 5th level of martial arts. Lin Bai exclaimed, and hurriedly gave up the urge to pick off the pregnancy spirit fruit, jumped down from the big tree, drew out the spirit-slaying sword, and prepared to fight back. This bald eagle is not easy to deal with. He is the overlord in the sky and flies extremely fast. A light touch of his beak and claws can tear off a large piece of flesh. Moreover, it is a 5th level martial arts monster, 1 level higher than Lin Bai's martial arts cultivation. Fight! How about the 5th level of martial arts? Anyone who stands in my way will die. That watching the bald eagle swooping down was unstoppable. Lin Bai's eyes also shined with a hint of cold blood. One sword spurts blood. That with a backhand sword, he took it straight to the belly of the bald eagle and was about to disembowel it. The bald eagle was startled and quickly turned around to avoid Lin Bai's sword. Bad beast, you want to leave? Lin Bai saw that the bald eagle's sneak attack was unsuccessful, so he turned over and left. Suddenly, a torrential light of blood appeared on the soul-severing sword. Second style, blood flows like a river. That the second form of the weeping blood sword technique, blood flows like a river. Pft! The bloody sword light hit the bald eagle's wings, splattering a stream of blood in mid-air. The bald eagle screamed miserably, and its body quickly fell from the air. Humph, fight with me. Lin Bai sneered as he saw the bald eagle falling from half a meter high and breaking into bloody foam, but who would have thought that when the bald eagle fell 3 feet above Lin Bai's head, its wings trembled violently, and its body stabilized again, but it turned its defeat into an offensive. It turned over and launched a claw attack on Lin Bai's head. Not good, Lin Bai screamed, his scalp numb with shock. The bloody storm. That the 3rd form of the weeping blood sword technique is a bloody storm. A bloody gust of wind gathered around Lin Bai, and followed Lin Bai's sword to kill. The boundless storm enveloped the bald eagle. When the cyclone shook, the bald eagle screamed miserably, and its white feathers quickly turned red. Its body was torn into 3 or 4 pieces by the sword in an instant, and fell off. Fell to the ground. Beast, I almost got tricked by you. Lin Bai looked at the body of the bald eagle and was secretly shocked. If he hadn't already mastered the 3rd form of the weeping blood sword technique, he might have been attacked suddenly by the bald eagle. He can't escape death. Lin Bai used the god and demon prison suppressing technique to refine the power of the bald eagle's energy and blood, and then walked towards the pregnant spirit fruit tree. The bald eagles at the 5th level of martial arts are indeed much more powerful in energy and blood than those monster beasts at the 3rd and 4th levels of martial arts. Lin Bai smiled happily, walked to the pregnancy spirit fruit tree, and picked 3 pregnancy spirit fruits. 3 pregnant spirit fruits will allow me to break through to the martial arts realm. Lin Bai smiled happily. Boy, our Qingtian alliance is interested in the fruit in your hand. Hand it over honestly. Just when Lin Bai was rejoicing, a sneer came from behind. If you think this book is good, please click on it and give it a 5-star review. If you think the book is not good, please leave a comment so that I can improve it. Thank you, brothers and sisters. Chapter 5: The Dragon Emperor's Divine Dragon Arm. You are listening at novelfold.audio. In a dark and damp cave, sword lights danced and angry beasts roared. You evil beast, you still dare to scream. Lin Bai killed a red lizard with a flash of sword light. Next to him, another crimson lizard was already scarred. Seeing his companion die, he was extremely angry, but he knew that he was no match for Lin Bai. The remaining lizards knocked a big hole out of the cave and quickly disappeared into the forest. After half a month of searching, I found 2 red-spotted lizards at the 6th level of martial arts, and one actually escaped. Lin Bai looked at the lizard jumping out of the hole and said unwillingly, after Lin Bai found the pregnancy spirit fruit that day, he took 3 of them and raised his martial arts cultivation to the 6th level of martial arts. Lin Bai picked up the lizard he had killed and walked out of the cave quickly. 10 minutes later, Lin Bai came to a canyon. This canyon is the temporary residence that Lin Bai built in the Qingling mountains. With the addition of this red-spotted lizard at the 6th level of martial arts, I don't know if it will be enough. Lin Bai returned to the canyon and came to a cave where mountains of monster beast corpses were piled up. These monsters were all the monsters that Lin Bai had killed in the past half-month. Monsters like to eat humans. If the human race hadn't been prosperous and built cities to resist the monsters, these monsters would have eaten all the humans long ago. Therefore, monsters and humans are natural enemies. Lin Bai killed the monster without much guilt in his heart. In the past half-month, Lin Bai killed more than 100 monsters, all of which were below the 5th level of martial arts. Instead of rushing to extract their energy and blood, he saved them all. Throwing the red-spotted lizard on the ground, Lin Bai said deeply, "It should be enough to break through the 1st level of the God and Demon Prison Suppression technique. Try it." Lin Bai sat down cross-legged, calmed down, and began to activate the 1st level of the God and Demon Prison Suppressing art. The blood in the bodies of the monster beasts piled up in front of him quickly evaporated, and the pure energy of blood was extracted and integrated into Lin Bai's body. The power of qi and blood was like a sky-burning flame. The moment it entered Lin Bai's body, it burned every inch of Lin Bai's skin. Pain. The severe pain made Lin Bai's face distorted. Hold on. Boom. When the energy and blood of more than 100 monster beasts rushed into the body, a huge red light emerged from Lin Bai's body. The skin, flesh, bones, and meridians on Lin Bai's body were all tempered at this moment. The click sound coming from the body kept coming back to Lin Bai's ears. Half an hour passed. Lin Bai swore that this was the most painful half hour in his life. The power of qi and blood burned in Lin Bai's body like a blazing flame, turning the river upside down and finally returning to Lin Bai's arms. A high-pitched dragon roar came from his arms. It's done. The 1st level of the God and Demon Prison Suppression technique, the Dragon Emperor's Divine Dragon Arm. The 1st level of the God and Demon Prison Suppression technique was officially successfully practiced. The 1st grade Huang level martial spirit was promoted to the 2nd grade Huang level. Lin Bai was sweating profusely, his face was pale, and he looked very weak. But this could not suppress the excitement in Lin Bai's eyes. The Dragon Emperor's Divine Dragon Arm. The 1st level of the God and Demon Prison Suppression technique is taken from the secret knowledge of the true Dragon Clan. I once understood the physical strength of the Dragon Clan. After studying hard for thousands of years, I finally learned a magical move. This is the Divine Dragon Arm. This is an introduction to the 1st level of the God and Demon Prison Suppression technique. Oh my God! Whose hand did the Divine Demon Prison Suppressing technique come from? He actually used the divine technique of the true Dragon Clan as a 1st level cultivation method. Lin Bai said with eyes filled with horror. Looking inside, I saw my martial soul, that tall figure holding a fierce sword in its hand. Who is this person? Lin Bai became more and more curious about this figure from behind. Quick, 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 the red light that just came is here, and a heavy treasure should be born here. Boss, there is a cave here. Go in and take a look. The red light is coming from the cave. When Lin Bai broke through just now, the red light shot into the sky, attracting many experts here. The 1st group to arrive were the warriors from the Qingtian Alliance. The leader was a hall leader from the Qingtian Alliance. His surname was Zhang, and he was at the 6th level of martial arts. Hall Master Zhang led a dozen warriors into the cave with excitement on his face. Judging from his experience in adventures in the Qingling Mountains all year round, this kind of natural anomaly must lead to the birth of a valuable treasure. This is. How come there are so many monster corpses piled up here? I've made a fortune. These monster beast corpses are all at the 5th level of martial arts, and the lowest ones are at the 4th level. If you sell them, they will be worth at least 10,000 taels of silver. Huh, we are rich, that when these Qingtian League disciples walked into the cave, the first thing they saw was the piles of corpses of monsters in the cave. Where's the treasure? Where's the treasure? Hall Master Zhang is not satisfied with getting some monster beast corpses like those useless disciples. He firmly believed that a great treasure would be born here. Everyone, I'm afraid there's something wrong with you breaking into my cave. Lin Bai came out of the corner at this time and said with a vague expression on his face. There are actually warriors, the 6th level of martial arts. Hall Master Zhang, what should we do? That when a group of warriors from the Qingtian alliance saw that Lin Bai was at the 6th level of martial arts, they felt a little scared and looked at Hall Master Zhang. I don't care if it's your cave or not. Boy, hand over the treasures here and I can keep your body intact. Hall Master Zhang stared at Lin Bai and said fiercely. I'm in a good mood today. If I don't want to kill anyone, get out of here. Lin Bai said to Hall Master Zhang impatiently. Good boy, since you insist on seeking death, brothers, kill him. Upon hearing this, Hall Master Zhang became furious. Hall Master, he is at the 6th level of martial arts. A warrior said with some fear. Hall Master Zhang said angrily, asshole, there are more than 20 of us here, even if he is at the 6th level of martial arts, so what? Each of us can drown him with a spit, what are we afraid of? The Hall Master is right, let's go. Kill. That the warriors of the Qingtian alliance took out their weapons and rushed towards Lin Bai. Hall Master Zhang was the first to bear the brunt. He pulled out a big knife from behind and slashed it down on Lin Bai's head like a mountain. Go to hell, boy, Hall Master Zhang sneered. Since you are so stubborn, let me try the power of the divine dragon arm. Lin Bai sneered and spread out his steps like a fish. A huge force of energy and blood is condensed in the right arm. Dragon arm. Lin Bai's face turned fierce, and he punched out. The power of blood and true energy rolling out of his right arm were intertwined, turning into a golden shadow of a real dragon, facing him with the power to destroy the world. Hall Master Zhang attacked and left. Roar. A dragon roar that shook the world made Hall Master Zhang's blood surge all over his body, causing him to spit out a mouthful of blood. No, please spare my life. Ah! Before Hall Master Zhang had time to beg for mercy, he was punched by Lin Bai and turned into a ball of blood foam, which was scattered in the air. After killing Hall Master Zhang, the power of this punch did not end, and was pushed back, killing all the warriors behind Hall Master Zhang, hitting the stone wall, and shaking the mountains. Lin Bai was shocked when he saw the scene in front of him. Is the divine dragon arm so powerful? Even the warriors at the 6th level of martial arts have no ability to resist at all. Ha, God helps me. With the dragon arm, Lin Zier, I will definitely defeat you in 1 month. Lin Bai clenched his fists and said firmly. The divine dragon arm is so powerful, the 2nd level of the divine and demon prison suppressing technique. Thinking of this, Lin Bai hurriedly searched the memories in his mind and found the 2nd level of the gods and demons prison suppressing technique. The gods and demons prison suppressing technique, 2nd level, 9 nether demon lords, 9 steps of the underworld god. The god of Hades comes out of the underworld, and after 9 steps, he will conquer the world. Seeing the introduction on the 2nd floor, Lin Bai's heart was filled with passion. Next, we have to improve our cultivation. It's still a bit difficult to reach the 9th level of martial arts within a month. Lin Bai muttered to himself, each level of the martial arts realm is like a chasm. How many young heroes have been stuck in one realm for decades and still find it difficult to break through? Breaking through 3 realms in 1 month, from the 6th level of martial arts to the 9th level of martial arts, seems impossible to outsiders, but for Lin Bai, it can be done. As long as there is enough powerful monster blood, Lin Bai's cultivation level will continue to improve. If I want to find the powerful monsters in the Qingling mountains, I have been running rampant for half a month to find 2 red-spotted lizards. If I keep searching like this, I probably won't be able to find many powerful monsters in a month. I heard that the Qingtian Alliance and the Demon-Slaying Alliance have detailed maps of the Qingling Mountains, but my current relationship with the Qingtian Alliance, I killed someone's illegitimate son, and now I have killed another hall leader. We can't go to the Qingtian League, we have to go to the Demon Slayer League. Lin Bai tidied up the cave and sealed it up. When he was about to leave the Qingling Mountains, he would come back to take away the corpses of the monsters and sell them at a good price when he returned to Lingxi City. Chapter 6 Qingtian Alliance. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Boy, our Qingtian Alliance is interested in the fruit in your hand. If you are wise, hand it over honestly, otherwise you may lose your life. Behind Lin Bai, a dozen men and women with evil looks appeared at some point. Although there are more than a dozen people in this group, their martial arts cultivation is not high. There are 5 at the 4th level of martial arts, 7 at the 3rd level of martial arts, and 2 at the 2nd level of martial arts. Qingtian Alliance. Lin Bai was confused. Along the way, Lin Bai also met many people in the Qingling Mountains and heard about the Qingtian Alliance. In the Qingling Mountains, there are 2 major alliances. One is the Demon Slayer Alliance and the other is the Qingtian Alliance. These 2 alliances are specially formed for hunting monsters. By joining the alliance, you can get many resources, such as where the Qingling Mountains are dangerous, where there are hordes of monsters, and where there are true martial arts level. Monsters and beasts all know it. If he knew this information, he wouldn't be like Lin Bai now, running around in the Qingling Mountains. Originally, Lin Bai planned to find an alliance to join after getting the pregnancy spirit fruit, get the whereabouts of some high-level monsters, and go hunt them. In the Qingtian League, the leading man shouted to Lin Bai impatiently, I asked you to bring the fruit. Are you deaf? Didn't you hear what I said? Lin Bai's face turned cold. He took the 3 pregnancy spirit fruits into his arms and said, if you want the fruits, come and get them yourself. The pregnant spirit fruit was found by Lin Bai after working hard for more than half a month wandering around the Qingling Mountains. He would not hand it over easily. Lin Bai said coldly, I advise you to leave now. I can forget about the past. If you insist on dying, I don't mind giving you a ride. Ha ha ha, this person must be mentally ill. You are only at the 4th level of martial arts, and we have 5 warriors at the 4th level of martial arts. What are you going to do to fight us? You really laughed at us, and you actually want to kill us? Brothers, since he is so ignorant of praise, let's let him see the power of our Qingtian Alliance. The warriors of the Qingtian Alliance, after laughing mockingly, all walked towards Lin Bai with a joking look and a comfortable look on their faces. In their view, could it be that the 5 4th-level martial arts warriors in their camp couldn't deal with even one 4th-level martial arts warrior? This Lin Bai is already dead. Stubborn. Lin Bai showed his spirit-slaying sword. Kill. Heihu takes out his heart. Bull punch. Autumn wind sword technique. Total annihilation. Shura palm. These dozen warriors from the Qingtian Alliance rushed towards Lin Bai as if they were surrounding and killing a monster. Since you want to die, I will help you. One sword spurts blood. The sword light, as fast as lightning, spread among the crowd. Ah! Ah! Spare my life. Hero, spare your life. With one sword move, Lin Bai instantly killed 3 4th-level martial arts warriors. Rivers of blood. A large piece of sword light fell down, and Lin Bai killed all the remaining warriors under his sword. After all, the Weeping Blood sword technique is still a 9th-grade yellow-level martial art, and its power cannot be underestimated. Even the bald eagle just now, whose martial arts cultivation level was a level higher than that of Lin Bai, still died in Lin Bai's hands. One can imagine how powerful this blood-weeping sword technique is. And the swordsmanship, boxing skills, and palm skills performed by these Qingtian League warriors are basically Huang-level 1st grade and Huang-level 2nd grade martial arts, which are not top-notch at all. After Lin Bai killed the other warriors of the Qingtian Alliance, only the man who was the leader of the Qingtian Alliance was left. He was not dead, but only slightly injured. The leading man looked around and saw that all the warriors from the Alliance were already here. He sneered, Boy, do you know that you have already stepped into the palace of hell? In the Qingling Mountains, no one dares to hold the sky with us. Alliance against each other. I don't want to go against you at all. It's you who insist on coming to die. Lin Bai said coldly. Looking for death? I don't think so. It's possible who will live and who will die between us. Even if these warriors die, then the spiritual fruit and sword on your body will belong to me alone. Instead of feeling sad for these warriors, the leading man showed a ferocious smile. Suddenly Lin Bai had a hunch. Could it be that the leading man deliberately asked Lin Bai to kill these warriors? Humph, Tianlong fist, that the leading man sneered, his muscles bulged, and a surge of uneasy power surged in his arms. With a fierce punch, a high-pitched dragon roar swept sound waves from all directions, rolling towards him. Unprepared, Lin Bai was punched in the chest by the leading man and flew backwards. He got up from the ground with his mouth full of blood. The martial arts of the 7th grade yellow level are really powerful. You bastard, you can die under my trump card, you are enough to smile. Lin Bai was hit with a punch, and the leading man did not hesitate at all. He rushed forward again, and the wind of his fist fell on Lin Bai like a drop from the sky. Tianlong fist, second style, flying dragon in the sky, that the leading man jumped into the sky, soaring into the sky, and then a punch from the sky was about to kill Lin Bai. Go to hell, that with such a fierce punch, the leading man was already sure that Lin Bai would die. The weeping blood sword technique, the third style, bloody storm, bang. The two collided, and the moment the huge force came into contact, an impact force shattered all the grass within 10 meters. How is this possible? Seeing Lin Bai receive his punch, the leading man was so frightened that he lost his mind, and then said in horror, your swordsmanship is at least the 9th grade of Huang level, otherwise, how can you be the opponent of Tianlong fist? Do you have any last words? If not, then let's hit the road. Lin Bai looked fierce and rushed forward. The leading man finally started to panic. You dare to kill me? You really dare to kill me? I am a disciple of the Qingtian Alliance, and I am also a hall leader under the Qingtian Alliance. If you kill me, Qingtian the Alliance will definitely fight with you until death. I advise you to hand over the fruit to me obediently, then destroy your dantian and cut off your arms. Maybe I can ask the leader of the Qingtian Alliance to leave you a whole body. That the leading man relied on the fact that he had the support of the Qingtian Alliance and that he was in an important position in the Qingtian Alliance. He was not afraid of Lin Bai at all. Instead, he spoke threateningly. Noisy. Lin Bai said impatiently and thrust his sword straight at the man's throat. The man hurriedly said, don't kill me, hero, I am the illegitimate son of the leader of Qingtian Alliance. As long as you don't kill me, I can ask my father to give you many treasures and many elixirs. Lin Bai Yijian was no longer interested in listening to this man's nonsense. He pierced his throat with a decisive sword and ended his life. They should be warriors attracted by the screams of the bald eagle. I don't know how many warriors have heard the screams of the bald eagle. It's not advisable to stay here for a long time. Find a place to refine the pregnancy spirit fruit first. Before Lin Bai left, he plundered all the valuable things from these warriors, then left the mountain. Not long after Lin Bai left, a group of masters from the Qingtian League came to the mountain in a hurry. A middle-aged man with gray hair shed tears in his eyes when he saw the leading man who had just been pierced through the throat by Lin Bai's sword. Tianer, that the gray-haired middle-aged man shouted in pain. At this time, a gentle scholar said in the ear of the middle-aged man, Leader, I have checked. The other brothers were killed with a decisive sword just like Lord Yang Tiantang. This person should be a master of swordsmanship, and the swordsmanship he performs is of a high level. At least all of them are yellow level 7th grade martial arts or above. The gray-haired middle-aged man wiped the tears from the corners of his eyes and said angrily, this kind of person is a master of swordsmanship and has martial arts skills of yellow level 7 or above. There will not be more than 10 such people in the Qingling Mountains. Look for him. Even if you dig 3 feet into the ground, you have to find him for me. I will cut him into pieces. Yes. The scholar responded. Chapter 7 Overlord Flower. Tai Haitang. You are listening at novelfull.audio. As soon as Lin Bai left the cave, he heard the sound of fighting in the forest. Is there anyone dueling? Lin Bai quietly walked over and hid in the forest. In the forest, a group of tall and thick men were chasing a cold-looking woman. This woman's skin was slightly dark, and she was very capable. She was wearing a short skirt and short sleeves, exposing her thighs and arms, and her eyes were as lively as a fox's. Although this woman is not virtuous and elegant, she has a wild beauty. Tai Haitang, you can't escape the clutches of my master today. Among the group of men chasing the woman behind, a man with a sinister smile on his face shouted coldly, the woman in front is named Tai Haitang. She is the daughter of the leader of the Demon Slayer Alliance. She has been fond of martial arts since she was a child, has a strong temperament, and has advanced cultivation. She is known as the Overlord Flower in the Qingling Mountains. Qingtian, don't be proud. When I get rid of the toxins in my body, I will crush the eggs underneath you. Tai Haitang said angrily from the front. Qingtian, the son of the leader of the Qingtian Alliance, is as lustful as life. He is a master of poisoning due to his advanced cultivation. He is also the local emperor of the Qingling Mountains. He can be said to be domineering and do all kinds of evil. Many young ladies from the city once went to the Qingling Mountains for training, but they all suffered at his vicious hands. In the forest before, Qingtian and Tai Haitang suddenly met. The Demon-Slaying Alliance and the Qingtian Alliance were already mortal enemies in the Qingling Mountains. In addition, Qingtian had long wanted to touch Tai Haitang, the Overlord Flower, so the two as soon as they met, a fierce battle broke out. After Qingtian killed all the warriors of the Demon Slayer Alliance with poison, Tai Haitang was also plotted against and had no choice but to escape. Qingtian sneered, Humph, Tai Haitang, do you know why I have been chasing you for so long? Don't you feel that the flow of qi and blood in your body is no longer so smooth? Qingtian sneered and said with great pride. Could it be? Tai Haitang was startled and hurriedly checked what was going on in his body. Then he shouted angrily, Qingtian, you are such a despicable person, you actually used, Huan-san, on me. Ha ha ha, are you realizing it now? It's already too late. In another minute, you won't be able to mobilize your true energy and your whole body will be soft. That's not the time for me to do whatever I want. Qingtian calmly chased after Tai Haitang, with a proud look on his face. Mean. Tai Haitang was extremely anxious. Huan powder is a long-lost potent medicine that can be taken orally or dispersed in the wind. It is colorless and odorless. A warrior who takes Huan powder will confine his true energy within a quarter of an hour, making his whole body soft and weak. This kind of medicine has been used for rape by some people with ulterior motives all year round. Dirty female warriors. Oops, the medicine is here. Tai Haitang ran forward 3 steps, then felt his body go weak and fell to the ground. The medicinal properties of Huan powder were like a fierce tiger that devoured Tai Haitang's weak body in an instant. Tai Haitang fell to the ground, too weak to stand up. He could only watch Qingtian walking over with a triumphant smile on his face. How's it going? I said you can't escape from my master today, right? Qingtian said proudly. Tai Haitang was angry. Qingtian, even if I die, I will not let you touch my body. After saying that, Tai Haitang was about to bite his tongue and commit suicide. You are not even qualified to die now. Qingtian grabbed Tai Haitang's cheek, clamped her upper and lower teeth, so that she could not bite her tongue to commit suicide, and then looked at Tai Haitang's mouth lightly and skillfully. A cloth was stuffed inside. Ha ha ha, beauty, let's see my performance next. Qingtian said to Tai Haitang with excitement, when he turned around and saw that the warriors from the Qingtian Alliance were still there behind him. Qingtian roared, what are you still doing here? Get out of here. Yes, young leader. Naturally, these Qingtian Alliance warriors could not delay Qingtian's pursuit of pleasure. They responded, their eyes lingering greedily on Tai Haitang for a while, and then turned around and left. Little beauty, here I come. Qingtian quickly pushed off his shirt, rubbed his hands, and stretched his hands towards Tai Haitang's plump and round breasts with a look of lust on his face. When Tai Haitang saw this scene, her eyes seemed to want to eat people, but she couldn't mobilize her true energy and had no strength in her body, so she could only let Qingtian do whatever he wanted. "Wow, what are you playing? It looks like fun. Can you take me to play with you?" That just when Qingtian was about to show off his manliness, a playful and smiling voice sounded behind him. Qingtian looked back angrily, and saw a boy who looked to be only about 16 years old, with a harmless smile on his face, standing 10 steps away, looking at him with a smile. "That wild boy, if you don't want to die, get out of here," Qingtian roared angrily. Qingtian had already been coveting Tai Haitang. He finally succeeded today, but he didn't expect that such a Cheng Yaojin suddenly appeared. How could Qingtian not be angry? This young man is none other than Lin Bai. Lin Bai had just come out of his cave and saw this scene. Although Lin Bai didn't want to be a hero, he had already made up his mind to help after hearing the conversation between Tai Haitang and Qingtian, because it is human nature for a man to love a woman, but using such despicable means as Hewansan is really shameful. So, when Qingtian mentioned Hewansan, Lin Bai decided to get involved. If not for anything else, just for the sake of heaven. "I just saw that the game you played was very fun, so I also wanted to play it. Big brother, you have to press on this little sister. Isn't it a very fun game?" Lin Bai said with a smile. "Boy, I think you are toasting instead of eating, right?" Qingtian stood up angrily and said angrily, "Well, I will send you to death first." Thunder Fist. Qingtian took the lead before he finished speaking. Thump, thump, thump. A series of lightning-fast speeds appeared at Qingtian's feet, and he was in front of Lin Bai in the blink of an eye. With a punch, Qingtian's fist flashed with a surge of thunder snakes. Martial skills of the 5th level above the yellow level and physical skills and attack martial arts above the 5th level of the yellow level. Lin Bai was startled and his steps slipped, causing Qingtian's punch to hit a big tree. Immediately, the big tree was punched into 2 pieces. "You actually dodged it. Can you dodge this punch?" Qingtian sneered, and the second punch came at him. "One sword spurts blood." Zheng. The sound of the spirit's laying sword coming out of the body was extremely clear, and the cold light suddenly appeared. A scarlet sword light swept away, and collided with Qingtian's punch. There was no winner between the two, and they were both shocked back 5 steps. 6th level of martial arts and swordsmanship of yellow level 5 or above. Qingtian saw Lin Bai's swordsmanship and cultivation the moment Lin Bai took action. Lin Bai changed the subject. Since they had already fought, Lin Bai was not going to pretend to be crazy with Qingtian. "Your Excellency, I'm afraid it's inappropriate to do such a despicable thing in broad daylight and in public. Why don't you leave just for my sake? Otherwise, if you and I fight, we will both lose." Lin Bai gave his last persuasion. When Qingtian heard this, he laughed wildly. "Both sides will suffer. Ha ha ha, wild boy, I am the young leader of the Qingtian alliance. I can only practice advanced martial arts. You are a 6th level martial artist. Although you are in the same realm as me, I will kill you. As easy as crushing an ant. Since you refuse to leave just now, you can bury your bones here now." Thunder God Fist. Qingtian roared again, and the Thunder God Fist struck. From the sky, a divine thunder struck Qingtian's fist. The powerful divine thunder stirred up the wind and clouds in the world, and caused a strong wind to sweep through the forest. Chapter 8: A Cold-Blooded Sword. You are listening at MaleProtagonist. Thunder God Fist is a set of first-grade Xian-level martial arts, which is a level higher than Lin Bai's Weeping Blood Sword technique. Even though the Weeping Blood Sword technique is at the 9th level of the yellow level, it is a level lower than the Thunder God Fist, but this gap is as big as the heavens and the earth. The 9 heavens divine thunder fell, bringing up wind and thunder. Qingtian stood in the thunder, like a god of thunder. Thunder God Fist must be at least Xian-level martial arts. Well, anyway, I didn't even fight seriously when I came to the Qingling Mountains. This person and I are both at the 6th level of martial arts. Today I will simply use all my cards and have a full-on fight to see if I am still the trash that Lin Zier calls me. Lin Bai showed fighting spirit, and the true energy in his body was activated. Just when Lin Bai was stimulating his true energy, he felt that the true energy in his body was out of his control and could not be mobilized from his dantian. What's going on? Lin Bai was shocked. Ha ha ha. Seeing Lin Bai's horrified expression, Qin Xiang laughed wildly. Are you unable to mobilize your true energy? I forgot to tell you, my most powerful skill is not just martial arts, but my use of poison. You have been hit by my Xiaoyao powder, and your true energy cannot be mobilized. You will see illusions later. Despicable. Lin Bai gritted his teeth and cursed angrily. Wow. Lin Bai walked forward and looked forward intently, only to find that he was no longer in the Qingling mountains, but it went back to when Lin Bai was a child, to the time when Lin Bai was with his father. Dad, what kind of sword skills are you practicing? Lin Bai, a child, asked in a sweet voice. Lin Duo, who looked full of heroism, sheathed his sword and said with a smile, Daddy's set of swordsmanship is incredible. If you practice it to the extreme, you can open up the world, chase the stars and the moon, kill the gods of the 9 heavens, and kill the deep sea. Dragon. Dad is lying. How come he still stays in Lingxi City if he is so powerful? Lin Bai said in disbelief. When he was a child, Lin Duo smiled and said, that's not because of you. I want to give you a stable childhood and don't want you to get involved in this dispute too early. Alright, Lin Bai, keep an eye on Dad's sword skills. This sword technique is called dragon slaying. Call. Lin Duo stepped on the stars, and a set of unpredictable swordsmanship was displayed in front of Lin Bai. Brother Lin Bai. At this moment, a woman's joyful cry came from outside the courtyard wall. Lin Bai looked back. When he saw this woman, Lin Bai's innocent eyes gradually turned into Fenchen's anger. He gritted his teeth and shouted, Lin Zier. Lin Zier. Lin Zier. Snapped, the illusion is shattered. At this moment, Tai Haitang used his tongue to spit out the cloth stuffed in his mouth, and shouted to Lin Bai, young hero, be careful. Ha ha ha, go to hell. Qin Xiang mixed with the power of the 9 heavens thunder and struck down with one punch, as if this punch was not only going to kill Lin Bai, but also turn the area of 100 meters into flat ground, and make the whole earth flat. The common people are trembling under the wrath of the god of thunder. Damn it! Lin Bai woke up from the environment in time. Qi and blood surged, and the god and demon prison suppression technique activated the power of Qi and blood to swallow up all the toxins in the blood. True energy surged out of Lin Bai's dantian like a wild dragon. The true energy leaves the body and is unstoppable. A cold-blooded sword. The fourth form of the weeping blood sword technique. Call out. The moment Qin Xiang's mighty thunder god punched down, Lin Bai glanced sideways and struck straight forward with a backhand sword. Look at the two colliding in midair. Bang! Lin Bai was punched by Qin Xiang and flew more than 10 meters, breaking a big tree in the middle. He vomited blood and fell to the ground with a pale face. Qin Xiang landed on the ground with a shocked look on his face. He looked down at his chest. Just now, Lin Bai's sword stabbed his heart into pieces. At this moment, there was a fist-sized blood hole in his heart, and the blood was flowing like crazy. Flow out. How can this be? Before Qin Xiang died, he said this in great shock. He used Xiaoyao powder to confuse Lin Bai's mind and let Lin Bai enter the illusion. He also used the Xian level first-grade Thunder God Fist. Under the double blow, Lin Bai actually turned defeat into victory. Grandma, I almost capsized in the gutter. Lin Bai shook his head and stood up from the ground with lingering fear. Bang! Qin Xiang's body fell to the ground, his breath gone. Lin Bai glanced at Qin Xiang's body and walked to Tai Haitang's side to see if the toxins in her body had been removed. Lin Bai stretched out his hand and pressed it on her neck. The god and demon prison suppression technique stimulated the power of blood and qi in her body to remove all the toxins from the blood. Are you okay? Lin Bai asked with a smile after finishing all this. Tai Haitang was surprised to find that Huan San, which could last for a whole day, was released at the slightest touch of the young man in front of him. Tai Haitang stood up from the ground. cupped his fists and thanked him. "Thank you so much, young hero, for helping me. Otherwise, I would have been poisoned by this evil thief today." "No need to say thank you, I just looked down on him using such despicable means to possess a woman." Lin Bai shook his head and said, "Since you are fine, please leave quickly. The mountains are high and the rivers are long. We are destined to meet again." Lin Bai smiled and prepared to leave. "Young hero, please leave your name. Tai Haitang will thank you greatly one day." Tai Haitang shouted unwillingly. Lin Bai smiled and said, "My name is Lin Bai. See you soon, girl." Lin Bai. Tai Haitang looked at Lin Bai's back. When her eyes looked at Lin Bai, she was no longer so calm, such a simple and unremarkable name, an extremely sharp sword, but in the heart of this seemingly ordinary boy, there is a chivalrous heart hidden. Now at this time, intrigues and profit-seeking have long abandoned the so-called morality. All warriors are aligned with interests. There are not many warriors like Lin Bai who save a stranger woman and don't ask for anything in return. Looking at Lin Bai's back, Tai Haitang seemed to have fallen a little bit. Tai Haitang has a strong temper and will never admit defeat, but she just wants to find a man who is stronger than him to be his husband. And it seems that this person has already appeared. Under Tai Haitang's smitten eyes, Lin Bai took more than a dozen steps and ran back quickly. Tai Haitang said with great surprise, "Lin Bai. Girl, I would like to ask you, do you know how to enter the Demon Slayer League?" Lin Bai said with a smile. Lin Bai was just about to leave. After taking a few steps, he realized that he had no idea where the Demon Slayer Alliance was. Then he turned back and asked Tai Haitang. Tai Haitang asked curiously, "Why do you want to go to the Demon Slayer Alliance?" Lin Bai smiled. "I heard that the Demon Slayer League has a detailed map of the Qingling Mountains. It lists which mountains are dangerous, which mountains have monsters, and the grades of monsters. I want to go to the Demon Slayer League. I beg for a map like this. Do you know where the Demon Slayer Alliance is?" Lin Bai continued to ask. Tai Haitang said proudly, "Of course I know, because I am the daughter of the leader of the Demon Slayer Alliance." Chapter 9. If you want to fight, I will fight with you. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Lin Bai was overjoyed when he heard Tai Haitang say that she was the daughter of the leader of the Demon Slayer Alliance. "Really?" Lin Bai asked. Tai Haitang smiled and said, "It's guaranteed to be replaced if it's fake." "That's great, girl, can you help me lead the way to the Demon Slaying Alliance?" That if Tai Haitang had led the way, Lin Bai might have saved himself a lot of trouble by joining the Demon Slayer League. "Of course you can. You have such a high level of martial arts cultivation and such unpredictable swordsmanship. If you join the Demon Slayer Alliance, you can directly enter the core warriors." Tai Haitang said with a happy smile. "Our Demon Slayer Alliance needs chivalrous people like you to join us." Tai Haitang smiled sincerely. Lin Bai waved his hand and said, I am not a chivalrous person, and I don't want to be a core disciple. I just want to get the map of the Qingling Mountains and the locations of all the monsters." Of course this is possible, but the map is the lifeblood of our Demon Slayer Alliance. Non-core warriors cannot view it, Tai Haitang said. "That's right, okay then, it's all up to the girl to arrange it." Lin Bai nodded. "Okay, we will return to the Demon Slayer Alliance later, but now I have to deal with these bastards first." Tai Haitang smiled. "Giblets," Lin Bai said puzzledly, looking up. The warriors from the Qingtian Alliance came back in a hurry when they heard the sound of fighting in the forest. Coincidentally, when they came back, they saw Qin Xiang lying dead on the ground. "Young leader, what's wrong with you?" "Ah. The young leader is dead." These Qingtian Alliance warriors were startled and covered in sweat. "Qin Xiang is dead, you losers should go to hell and continue to be his losers." Tai Haitang pulled out her wrist, and a 3-meter-long flame gun appeared in her hand. The spear swept across and killed several Qingtian Alliance warriors directly. Where did she draw this weapon from? Lin Bai was horrified. Is it a storage space? Lin Bai also joined the battle, and together with Tai Haitang, killed all these Qingtian Alliance warriors in a few strokes. Tai Haitang walked to Qin Xiang, took off a silver ring from his wrist, threw it to Lin Bai and said, "This is Qingtian's storage ring. You were the one who killed him. This ring should be yours. You can open the storage ring by sinking your mind into it." "Thank you." Lin Bai played with the silver ring fondly. Lin Bai had long heard that there were capable people in this world who could open up space and forge storage places, and just now he saw the storage space in Tai Haitang's hand, which made Lin Bai feel hot. Just now he secretly vowed to get one for fun, but he didn't expect to get it at this time. "So this is the storage space. I thought it was just a random decorative ring." Lin Bai laughed naively. He had just killed Qingtian. He really didn't see anything extraordinary about this ring. It was ordinary. "I thought it was for decoration, but I didn't expect it to be a storage space. Let's go, I'll take you back to the Demon Slayer Alliance." "Good." Lin Bai and Tai Haitang walked towards the Demon Slayer Alliance, talking and laughing all the way. There is a huge mountain range in the Qingling Mountains that divides it to the southeast. To the south is the territory of the Demon Slaying Alliance, and to the east is the territory of the Qingtian Alliance. The two are within the boundaries of each other, but it is already known to everyone that the Qingtian League wants to destroy the Demon Slayer League. In recent years, the Qingtian Alliance and the Demon Slaying Alliance have also been in trouble. In the southern mountains, there is a huge natural canyon, and the stone walls inside have been chiseled to form caves. This place is where the mountain gate of the Demon Slayer Alliance is located. The eldest lady is back. "Miss, who is this pretty boy? Is he the man you raised outside? You're talking nonsense, be careful that my aunt will tear your mouth open." Tai Haitang glared fiercely at the man who made fun of her. Blushing again, he glanced at Lin Bai and said, "Don't worry, these warriors are just joking. I know. Besides, you don't care about the honor of the girl's family." "Why do I care?" Lin Bai said with a smile. "My father's cave is just ahead. I'll go and tell my father about the Qingtian Alliance first. The Qingtian Alliance is really going too far. I will never let this matter go just like that." Tai Haitang gritted his teeth and spoke with eyes blazing. "Okay, then I'll wait for you here." Lin Bai smiled. "Good." Tai Haitang responded and walked into the cave. Standing in the canyon, Lin Bai looked around and saw caves on the stone walls on both sides of the canyon, with warriors constantly walking back and forth. There was a lot of people, and the warriors who had free time were fighting with each other, but the harmony was not harmed. All the warriors here are like a family. Most of these warriors do not come from wealthy families, nor are they disciples of any family. They live their lives licking blood on the tip of a knife all the year round. They have no relatives and friends. They can only warm each other here. It gives them a brand new home. Lin Bai said with some envy. Since the awakening of the Lin family's martial arts spirit, although Lin Bai has not proposed leaving the Lin family, Lin Bai no longer has a sense of belonging to the Lin family. Speaking of which, apart from the sword in his hand, Lin Bai also had his father who didn't know where to go. He was also alone. Brother Qingling is back. Just as Lin Bai was sighing with emotion, at the entrance of the canyon, warriors suddenly came closer and surrounded a warrior. Lin Bai saw that this warrior had bright eyes like an eagle's eyes, sharp eyebrows and starry eyes, red lips and white teeth, but he had a hint of cunning and did not look like a good person. Brother Qingling has gained so much this time. The flame tiger at the 5th level of martial arts, the nether leopard at the 4th level of martial arts, and the flying bird at the 6th level of martial arts. Wow! Have all the flying birds at the 6th level of martial arts been killed by Brother Qingling? Brother Qingling killed the flying bird at the 6th level of martial arts and saw that he is qualified to join the core warriors. When Brother Qingling comes back this time, I'm afraid he will apply to join the list of core warriors. Qingling was looked at with envy by the warriors of the Demon Slayer Alliance all the way to the door of the Alliance leader's cave, and saw Lin Bai standing at the door with a calm look on his face. Seeing Qingling coming over, Lin Bai smiled slightly and said hello politely. However, it seemed that in Qingling's eyes, Lin Bai did not show the same envious look as these warriors, which made him feel particularly unhappy. So he asked coldly, "Who are you and why are you staying here?" When Lin Bai heard this, Qixing's words were filled with thorns, but Lin Bai had just arrived, and he didn't want to cause trouble to many people, so he said calmly, I am a friend of Miss Tai Haitang. I came here to join the Demon Slayer Alliance and become one of the core disciples. Huh, that's ridiculous. I think you are a spy sent by the Qingtian Alliance. You thief, take a punch from me. Qixing persuaded without hesitation, and after some sarcastic remarks, he punched Lin Bai's face with a fierce punch. Chest, this punch was so powerful that if it hit Lin Bai, he would definitely be beaten to the point where he would vomit blood. Huh. Lin Bai was extremely angry in his heart, and he dodged sideways. With a clang sound, the spirit-slaying sword came out of his body, and flew forward with a bloody sword from his backhand. A sword chopped off the clothes on Qixing's shoulders. You see me unhappy, and I see you unhappy. Lin Bai was extremely angry at Qixing's sudden attack. Good boy, you dare to hurt me. I have to kill you, the spy, today. Qixing roared angrily, and overwhelming momentum burst out from his body, seeming to overwhelm Lin Bai in one fell swoop. It's really bullying. Do you think I'm easy to bully when I first come to the ramp? If you want to be beaten, I'll fight with you. Lin Bai is also a bloody person, how could he bear such humiliation? Immediately draw your sword and confront him. Just when the battle was about to begin, a deep voice came from the cave, Stop, please add it to your collection and give it a 5-star rating. Thank you, thank you. Chapter 10 Demon Slaying Alliance. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Qingtian, as the leader of the Qingtian Alliance, has not lived a peaceful life in the past 2 years. In the previous battle with the Demon Slayer Alliance, both sides suffered losses, but at this moment, just as he was preparing to attack the Demon Slayer Alliance again, his 2 sons, one biological son and one illegitimate son, died in the Qingling Mountains one after another. The most annoying thing is that the murderer of the 2 of them has not been caught yet. Bikuj www.bychujixx.biz, the military advisor of the Qingtian Alliance, is a scholar named Li. The warriors of the Qingtian Alliance call him military advisor Li, and Qingtian calls him Li Shusheng. Li Shusheng walked to Qingtian's side with a serious look on his face and said, Leader, I have checked them all. The wounds on young leader Qingxiang's body are exactly the same as those on Hall Master Zhang. If I guessed correctly, it should be the work of one person. When Qingtian heard these words, his veins popped out with anger, and his fists clenched loudly. Okay, the thief who came here got so bold that he killed my illegitimate son, and now he is if you kill my own son and don't take revenge. Qingtian, swear that I will not be a human being. Li Shusheng, I will give you 1 month to find this evil thief. Li Shusheng smiled and said, As ordered, leader, I actually already have a clue. Qingtian asked, What clues? Tell me. Li Shusheng smiled confidently. In addition to the wounds on the young leader Qingxiang, I also found 2 types of wounds on the other warriors of the Qingtian Alliance. One is the sword wound, and the young leader's sword wound. It's almost the same. He died under a sword technique. Qingtian asked, What about another kind of wound? Isn't it a sword wound? Li Shusheng said, It is indeed not a sword wound, but a gunshot wound, and it was caused by a marksmanship that is no lower than the 9th grade of Huang level. The gunshot wound is very powerful. It should be the Burning Sky Flame Spear. Boom. Hearing the Burning Sky Flame Spear, Qingtian's eyes widened, and his momentum swept out, breaking all the big trees within 10 meters. Burning Sky Flame Spear. It's that barbaric woman from the Demon Slayer Alliance. Yes, it should be Tai Haitang. Li Shusheng responded, Then according to this, the people who killed young Alliance leader Qingxiang and Hall leader Zhang should be in the Demon Slayer Alliance. Qingtian roared, Okay, Demon Slayer Alliance, I will fight with you until death. Li Shusheng, find this man for me. Qingtian roared, I will skin him and cramp him. Li Shusheng smiled and said, I am just going to contact the person we have placed in the Demon Slaying Alliance. He should have just returned to the Demon Slaying Alliance today, so he will come in handy. Stop, a rich middle-aged man's voice came from the cave. the leaders of the Demon Slayer Alliance, Tai Feng and Tai Haitang, both walked out of the cave. Lin Bai and Qixing looked at each other with unkind expressions. "What are you doing?" Tai Feng roared. Qixing said, "Leader, this person is a spy sent by the Qingtian Alliance. I am about to eliminate harm within the Alliance." "That's ridiculous. You said I'm a spy and I am a spy. Do you have any evidence?" Lin Bai retorted coldly. Qixing sneered coldly, "I don't need evidence. It's clear from the treacherous look on your face." "Ha ha ha ha, I'm really laughing to death. I didn't say that you have a traitorous look on your face, but you still said me. Look at your eyebrows that are standing straight up. You are born with a traitor. Who is it that has a traitorous look on your face?" "No need. Let me say more, anyone with a discerning eye can see it." Lin Bai retorted sharply. "Fangs and sharp mouth, let's see how dare you scream like this after I punch out your mouth full of teeth." After that, Qixing was about to fight Lin Bai again. "I'm afraid you won't succeed." Lin Bai also unfolded his sword without showing any signs of weakness. A bloody battle is about to begin. "Qixing, please stop making trouble, this is my friend." Tai Haitang stood between the two of them and said seriously. Seeing Tai Haitang, Qixing's angry eyes showed a hint of tenderness and love, and said, "Haitang, get out of the way, I will do it later, and it will be bad if I hurt you. I must kill this person today. Girl Tai, get out of the way. I, Lin Bai, have been around for so long and I have never suffered such great humiliation. If I don't kill this person today, I will be sorry for the sword in my hand." Lin Bai also said unforgivingly. Tai Feng Han roared angrily, "Stop it, no more trouble." Rumble. Tai Feng spoke with great energy, and his voice was filled with a brilliant divine power, suppressing the anger of both Lin Bai and Qixing in one fell swoop. True martial realm, that when Tai Feng spoke this time, Lin Bai felt the power brought by Tai Feng. He was a real martial arts expert who surpassed the martial arts realm. Qixing was also shocked and did not dare to continue fighting. Tai Feng said, "This is little friend Lin Bai. He is here to join our demon-slaying alliance. He is not a spy of the Qingtian Alliance. I know this. Qixing, please don't slander me maliciously. Be careful of the sect's strict punishment." Under the power of Tai Feng's Zhenwu realm, Qixing could only succumb. "Yes, I understand." Tai Feng said, "Little friend Lin Bai, I apologize to you on behalf of Qixing. He was reckless." Lin Bai put away the spirit-slaying sword. "Since the leader of the alliance has spoken, Lin Bai, am not a person who doesn't appreciate praise. Let's just forget about this matter." You do have the demeanor of a hero. It seems that Haitang is right. You are indeed a talent." Tai Feng originally thought that Lin Bai would be more entangled, but he did not expect that Lin Bai would directly abandon the past grudges. This kind of mind, this kind of courage, this kind of mind are far beyond Qixing's. Tai Feng said, "I heard from Haitang that you want to join the Demon Slayer Alliance. If that's the case, then I'll give you the status of a core warrior. Becoming a core martial artist, you can go to the martial arts building in the Demon Slaying Alliance, pick a martial arts book, and borrow the Qingling map." When Lin Bai heard this, he didn't care about martial arts, but the map of the Qingling Mountains was his only purpose in coming to the Demon Slayer Alliance. As long as he sees the map, Lin Bai can know the location of all the monsters in the Qingling Mountains. When the time comes, he can choose powerful monsters and go to kill them. With the power of these monsters' blood, it will not be possible within a month. It is impossible to break through to the 9th level of martial arts. Hearing what Tai Feng said, Lin Bai said happily, "Thank you so much, leader." "Wait a minute, I object." At this moment, an angry voice came from the side. Everyone looked back, and Qixing said with a look of sorrow and anger, "Leader, it has been 3 years since I joined the Demon Slaying Alliance, and I am still not a core warrior. Why is this newcomer who just joined the Demon Slaying Alliance a core warrior? Woolen cloth. Besides, the origin of this person has not yet been found out. Maybe he is really a spy sent by the Qingtian Alliance." Tai Feng said, "You don't have to worry about this. I naturally know that Lin Bai will not be a spy of the Qingtian alliance. Tai Haitang had just told Tai Feng about Lin Zhongsheng's matter. If Lin Bai was really a spy sent by the Qingtian alliance, in order to win Tai Haitang's trust, he had to pay the life of a young alliance leader. This would probably be too big a price. Therefore, Tai Feng concluded that Lin Bai could not be a warrior of the Qingtian alliance. Qixing said angrily, well, even if he is not a warrior of Qingtian alliance, how can he become a core warrior? In terms of strength, I am far above him. In terms of the time I have been in the Demon Slayer alliance, I have been in it for 3 years, and he is just a newcomer. In terms of my contribution to the Demon Slayer alliance, the 5th level martial artist I have killed, there are already over 100 demonic beasts, and I also contributed a lot to the battle between the Demon Slaying alliance and the Qingtian alliance 3 months ago. After all, I should be the core warrior. Why should he, a new warrior, go ahead of me? That's not fair, Qixing said. Ha, you said that I am a newcomer, and I admit it, but you said that your strength is better than mine, and I disagree with that. Lin Bai shook his head and said, Qixing was furious, young boy with a yellow mouth, you are uttering arrogant words. In this case, do you dare to have a duel with me? If I lose and you become one of the core warriors, I will not interfere. But if you lose, get out of the Demon Slayer alliance immediately. Okay. Lin Bai and Qixing faced each other.